got a job come in, and there's a bit of a story behind this. It was nearly a job that never was. We were at Brands Hatch for the British Superbike racing, end of July it was, and how this came about is a bit of a long story and a bit of a strange story. And I'll tell you how I nearly didn't get this job. So what happened was I was outside the garage at McAms Yamaha. I was talking to the great Roger Marshall, who you probably know as one of the great motorcycle riders who raced with Barry Sheen and Steve Parrish. So I was talking to Roger outside the garage, and my phone was buzzing in my pocket. So I just ignored it for a minute. So when I finished talking to Roger, I looked in my pocket, and one of the team had sent me a WhatsApp message saying, "Oh, we've got a job in the garage for you." So I just sort of laughed it off, going, "Yeah, of course you have, yeah." And then went off talking to someone else. And while I'm talking to someone else, one of the other team members walks past and goes, "Oh, Craig, we've got a job for you in the garage." I went, yeah. I thought, oh, this is it now. They're all winding me up. Anyway, 20 minutes later, another team member walks past. "Oh, we've got a job for you in the garage." "Yeah, of course you have. Yeah. Anyway, time goes on, goes into the garage. And as I walked into the garage, Taz MacKenzie's crew chief walks up and went, "Oh, we've got a job for you." I went, "Oh, God, even he's in on it." So I went in, and where the bikes are parked and where they were working on the bikes, and sure enough, they did have a job, and it was this thing. And this is a special cover they have for the bikes. So what they've done is they've asked me to make some of these for their race bikes. This particular one is off Taz MacKenzie's race bike, the one he keeps winning on. So I've got to make one of these. So this is going to be my sort of next job to try and do. Like I say, this is off Taz MacKenzie's. I've got one to make for Jason Halloran's bike as well. So I've sort of tried to track down the fabric. So it's been a right job to try and find the correct fabric. So we've managed to get several different fabrics which I can make this thing out of. So it's not a big job as such, but it is quite complicated and technical. So I'm going to go through the job, and as I do it, I'll show you little bits of the jobs, little snippets of the jobs as I go along, and you can see how it all comes together. So I'm quite pleased to have a job from British Superbikes, because that's one of our favourite sports. But not only that, even better, the fact that I've got it off the winning teams and Taz MacKenzie's bike. So, you know, once I get these done, hopefully I'll be able to take them down. When I say hopefully get these done, I've got no choice to get them other than get them done this weekend, because they need them at Thruxton, which is this weekend coming up. So I've literally got 2 days to get these made for the team and get down to Thruxton. I've got all the materials here now ready to do this job for the BSB team. And what I'm going to do is I've got an assortment of different fabrics, because this isn't just a case of one piece of fabric, sewing it together, and that's the job done. I've got to compile different ones to make these special covers. So because these bikes are really expensive and they are proper race bikes, everything has to be to certain specifications. So what I've got here now is I've got this special fabric, and then I've got this other one that's like a fleece type fabric, and then I've got some of this wadding. So what I'm going to have to do now with these, I'm going to have to cut them out, make templates. Once I've cut them out, then I can pile them all up, sew them together, and see if they fit. So I've got an old one, an original one that I can keep comparing to. I've got all the panels cut now. I've made the templates and then cut all the panels, all the individual panels out of each different bit of fabric. So I've got them all piled up here. So the next step for me is to take these over to the sewing machine and start assembling them. So I've got to put them all together, sew them, and then start making the covers out of it.
And breathe.
Just arrived at Upholstery now, 6-hour drive, 34-degree temperature. Got the special colours that they've asked me to make for them. So Jason's personalised one, Taz's personalised one. What we'll do now is go down to the garage and give it to them. Got these two covers now. I'm going to take them into McAms garage. So just through here. How are you doing? All right? Three to 10.
That bloody there.
You get done if you clear the cut the chicane and then do another lap.
Still dark.
Yeah. Well, need that this evening. Okay, I've brought her back a bit.